3 flights carrying migrants deported from the United States arrived in Guatemala on Friday. According to Associated Press, authorities said the first flight arrived in the early hours of the morning, carrying 31 Guatemalan women and 48 men. One unaccompanied teenager was also on the flight from El Paso, Texas, and was taken into the care of the Attorney General's office. A second group arrived aboard a U.S. military aircraft from Tucson, Arizona, later in the morning. The flight carried 80 adults, including 63 women, authorities said. A third plane landed in the afternoon from El Paso, Texas, with 11 women, 89 men, and 5 girls, boys and adolescents. Of these 5, 4 were accompanied and 1 unaccompanied minor was taken into the care of the Attorney General's office. Once President Donald Trump took office, he issued a series of executive orders to beef up border security and slash migration. He declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border and announced plans to send U.S. troops and restrict refugees and asylum. Trump is seeking to make good on a sweeping agenda of removing everyone who is in the U.S. illegally. On Friday, the administration announced it was expanding a fast-track deportation authority nationwide. It allows immigration officers to deport migrants without appearing before a judge.
En esta madrugada del 24 de enero de 2025 estamos recibiendo a personas migrantes guatemaltecas retornadas desde Estados Unidos. Vamos a seguir avanzando para poder facilitarles conocer las necesidades, las capacidades de las personas migrantes retornadas para asegurar los mejores mecanismos y programas estatales para que puedan reintegrarse a este país.
Antonio Hernández Álvarez.
San Diego, the busiest corridor for illegal border crossings over much of the last year, has seen traffic slow dramatically. According to Associated Press, agents were making 1,500 arrests a day in April. Last week, they made less than 250 arrests a day. Instead of quickly releasing asylum seekers who turned themselves in, Border Patrol agents are spending their shifts trying to find people who want to elude capture. The Associated Press spent 6 hours with the Border Patrol and didn't encounter any migrants until the last half hour. The Border Patrol scanner was quiet for long stretches. Finally, 3 Chinese men and 1 Malaysian man made their way through a gap in the border wall and turned themselves into agents. Russian troops near Chasiv in the Donetsk region are actively using the pipes of the Seversky-Donetsk-Donbass Canal to accumulate troops there under cover of fog to break through the city's defenses. As for the situation in Chasiv Yar, the enemy is actively using the pipes of the Seversky-Donetsk Canal to take cover during bad weather. Now in the Donetsk region we often see fog in the morning, and the enemy is actively using this period of time to accumulate in these pipes, and then, if possible, move deeper into the city in the morning or at night, said Speaker of the OTG, Lugansk, Dmitry Zaporizets. According to the speaker, Ukrainian UAV operators are recording the movement of enemy troops and are trying to strike them. Zaporizets noted that the Ukrainian positions near Chasiv Yar are becoming fewer and fewer, but the city is still held by the Ukrainian armed forces. The enemy is present everywhere and is looking for ways to penetrate the city under cover of bad weather. In the period 04-08 January 2025, the Defense Forces of Ukraine recorded enemy activity in the area of pipes of the Seversky Donetsk Channel. On January 4, the movement of more than 100 occupants was recorded. According to the available information, they were installed in the collector for future storm operations in the direction of Vremeny Yar. On January 9, an airstrike was carried out at the enemy's concentration point. The opponent suffered losses, probably up to 100 people. During 2 days after the impact, there was no movement near the pipes and the collector. On January 21, the occupiers organized a fire in the collector, probably in order to hide the traces of the destruction of such a large number of personnel and to avoid evacuation measures. The smoke and fire continued for about 5 hours.